Adam Shapiro.
Oh my God, we're doing this.
Welcome to General Meeting with Becky
I
Sloviter.
love a general, and I love you.
When Abby Jacobson came out, I was like, we should, instead of it saying explicit, we should be like caveating it. If you were not born and raised in Philadelphia, if you did not go to Camp Quebec or overnight camp or whatever. For this one, I'm going to say, this is an episode that is basically going to be as Philadelphia-centric as anything could be, as Abington-centric as anything could be.
Go Birds.
Go
Birds.
Ghosts. There will be other shit for us to talk about.
Sure.
Obviously, you are an incredibly well-established, successful actor. You are an unbelievable entrepreneur. You have the greatest wife of all time. We're going to talk about all of this.
Oh, let's get into
We're
it.
going to talk about you going to University of Maryland. But I'm going to back up
Okay.
and start at the beginning because
Yeah.
of all the people who have sat here or probably ever will sit here, you and I have known each other what feels like our whole lives, but since we were kids, because we are from the same hometown.
Yeah.
The greatest place one could be from.
Now I know that.
It's so true, right?
I'm getting out of Abington.
Yeah.
When I was there, I was like, I'll go as far away as I can to the Pacific Ocean. And then now I like go back there. I'm like, wow, this is a really nice place. It's so beautiful.
Oh my God.
It's just green, and you go to the school, and you're like, what?
I wanted to say, like, this episode is going to be sponsored by, like, Wawa, Tasty Cake,
Dude.
Lee's Hoagie House,
Hoagies.
Roman Delight.
Yeah, Roman. Shout out Roman Delight Pizza Fries.
When I went back, I hadn't been back since the pandemic, and I went back in, like, fall of September 23.
Yeah.
So, like, an ideal time to be on the East Coast. The weather was perfect. I drove up and down Old Brick Road and all through the streets that we grew up on. Literally went past your house, went past Yanni's house, everything, with playing "'Tis the Damn Season" by Taylor Swift.
Sure.
Like crying because it was, and we didn't really know it at the time. Growing up in Abington, PA in the 90s. God bless us all.
Right?
How lucky were we?
A lot of it's still
Living
there.
our
Like a
lives.
lot of the places, when you go down to Old Brick Road,
Yeah. Abington Pharmacy.
it's all there. It's wild. I mean, the Blockbuster's not there.
I
And
was just gonna say.
that was a huge loss. I mean, that was basically
That was
3 nights a week. I mean, that was
100%.
I was at that Blockbuster all the time.
So in my car at the mobile, go to Blockbuster, get 2 videos, go to Roman Delight to pick up the pizza and the hoagie. We could talk about this all day. And like, again, there will be more to connect to if you are not from the
we'll get to
suburbs
that
of Philadelphia, I guess. But also, go Birds.
Go Birds.
Had my nails done,
Yeah.
had my green shoe on. Like, we're just,
This is
my McGurk's pub.
never been to McGurk.
So I'll tell you, it
That's
just
a good
wasn't called
shirt.
that. It was the Ben Elbow, which was the bar that when we would all come home for Thanksgiving, it was where you went the night before Thanksgiving. It's in Fort Washington. So
yeah, I know that bar.
Yes.
Yeah, sure.
So McGurk's took it over. My best friend Amy, who you know very well also,
Dude.
one of her good friends is a part owner. Her kids, Cole and Liv, both worked there. And I stole this from Cole when I was home I still call it home. When I was home in June, I was like, look at that shirt.
You're like, that's
and I'll
my
be
shirt.
wearing that today.
That's mine.
I was maybe going to wear my Saquon hurtling backwards shirt.
I love a Saquon.
I didn't know
hurtling
if
backward
it would
shirt.
show up on camera as well.
Anything that has that image of Saquon hurtling backwards, I'm in. For
Amy
sure.
sent it to me for Christmas, and I wear it as often as possible. Let's talk for a second before we go back to being raised in Abington and your mom being my Spanish teacher.
Yes, Senora Shapiro.
Yes.
All day. What was your like name in Spanish class?
Rebecca.
It was Rebecca.
It was just straightforward.
That's
Yes.
hilarious. My mom called so many of my friends by their Spanish class name growing up.
I love
that. I began to do that. And then I remember the first time that Katie met one of my best friends from Abington when they flew out to LA and Katie and I were dating.
The incredible Katie
Katie
Lowe's.
Lowe's.
No big deal.
And she was finally meeting Miguel.
Oh, Miguel Vogel?
Miguel London.
Miguel London. It could be a Vogel. It could be a
Right.
London. It could be a
Exactly.
Shapiro or a Shapiro.
And so like
Yes.
when she first met Miguel,
Aw.
she was just like kind of surprised. And then I started to realize, I've been telling Katie about my best friends Felipe, Danielle,
This is the
Miguel,
influence of Senora Shapiro.
Juan, everybody.
I love it
But they
so
were just
much.
like, those were just their Spanish class names.
Oh my God. I love it. And like to grow up going to the school that your mom was teaching at.
Could be a horrible thing, but for me, it was the best.
I was just going to say. but,
Because
like,
she's the best. So it like got me more than it took away.
100%. And then I'm just going to actually stay on your family for one sec. Your dad is maybe the greatest human being that's ever existed on the planet.
Ira Shapiro is a legend.
He's a legend.
In a lot of ways.
He really is an esteemed professor. Just also, it's funny, Taylor Swift recently.
He loves you. You're... yeah.
I'm going to tell a story.
You're in like the GOAT category of Ira Shapiro's favorite people.
We have a real bond. What I wanted to analogize this to a little bit, or steal Taylor Swift's term.
Yeah.
She described Travis Kelce as a human exclamation point.
Sure.
Like he just makes everything better.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about you. And when you exactly. And when I sort of step that back, the family that you come from is, talk about the warmest hug. When you and I and what I'll call the four families, shout out to the Vogels, Londons, Shears, and Shapiros.
The gourmets.
When it was Y2K, we were in Florida, all the families.
We didn't know what was going to happen.
I was just going to say, the world's going to end. We'll all be together.
Yeah, it was 2000.
I was there because I was dating Jeff. So Jeff Vogel, hi Jeff Vogel. We were all in Florida. Grandma Elsie's house.
Grandma Faye's house. But Grandma Elsie was there.
Okay, Grandma Elsie was there, but we were at Grandma Faye's.
Yep.
We're like, well, Australia didn't explode and London made it. Like, maybe we'll be okay. We're on the East Coast.
Fine.
We're in Miami. Okay. We have a great trip. The world does not end. We go to the airport a couple days later. Every one of the, truly, if I do the math, there's 25 people if you put all the families together, right? Only my ticket is having an issue and I'm not able to get on the plane. So everybody gets on the plane and I'm like, maybe I'll have to take another flight. And it feels weird, but it's okay. And Ira Shapiro.
Yeah, he's not getting on that plane without you.
No,
it's not happening.
He takes off his belt. He ties my wrist to his wrist and informs American Airlines.
He's not going, no, we're not taking
We're not leaving without her.
Yeah.
So figure it out, guys.
Yep.
But in the sweetest.
Sure.
I never felt more cared for in my life.
That is so my dad.
I was just going to say quintessential Ira.
I can hear him saying to the person in America, listen, you're just doing your job.
I get it.
We're not taking off till she gets on the flight.
I'm just going to stand here.
Yeah.
I mean, it was we were in sweet protest. I love him so much. I love him so much.
He's the greatest, man. I mean, he's just the best. And it's so funny because my parents know very little about what we do. I mean, now they do 25 years in to hearing my stories on the phone all the time.
Yeah.
They understand the business a lot more. But when I first moved out here, they were just so blindly supportive of me coming out here doing something that they can't help me. They can't do anything. They didn't realize how much they had already helped.
Well, exactly. They laid so much foundation.
Forget about it.
So you leave Abington, you go to University of Maryland for college. Yeah. Are you majoring in
government and politics?
So definitely going to go be an actor, guys.
Yeah, I was going to be I was going to be Josh Shapiro.
Oh, our beloved. Our beloved.
I mean, I wanted to I wanted to get into politics and I wanted to, I don't know, maybe go into something in DC. I never knew, but I was but I also wanted to go to the same college that all my camp friends went to.
Totally.
Because while we were at summer camp, Camp Harlem.
I was going to say, shout out Camp Harlem.
We were always how great would it be if we all went to the same school? And then all of a sudden college comes up and we're like, we can.
Then we did.
And so we just did that. We all just chose University of Maryland. So I got encouraged by some people on campus to audition for a sketch comedy group at Maryland called Sketch Up.
Yep.
Sketch Up.
Get it?
Which is like sketch and catch up.
It's a good name.
And so I auditioned for the sketch comedy group, and the two people that got in were me and Dave Offenheiser.
Oh,
and
amazing.
we met at the audition. And we became like homies, and then we became besties and moved out to LA together, and we're roommates, and we're still see each other.
I love it so much.
Yeah.
And then I have a really early memory, like my early LA days, and we would see each other. And then you were suddenly, what commercial was it? Was it Verizon?
T-Mobile.
Yeah, it was. I was like, I know it was a cell phone. And then you were all over every football game, and we were just freaking out.
I mean, that's what I like. One of the things I miss about, because I did commercials were my thing for like 10 years.
For sure.
I did 100 and something commercials.
It's amazing.
Every company you can imagine. But the fun thing about doing commercials, as an actor, you get to be number one on the call sheet for a day and really like experience like being the lead and like running the show. It's for a day.
Yes.
It's tiny, but it's like you're the lead of your own movie for that day. And it's such an amazing experience. For me, it felt like grad school was those commercials.
Yeah.
The T-Mobile one was my first commercial ever, and it was massive. And I'm like, hey, it's Adam Shapiro. And I say Adam Shapiro 3 times on a T-Mobile commercial. What global company wants that? I didn't know enough to, they were like, you're going to improv the whole commercial. And I didn't like make up my name. I was just like, hey, it's Adam Shapiro, you know? And when you're on a TV show, the people who watch that TV show will see it. The people who don't watch that TV will not see it. But when you're on commercials, especially like a T-Mobile, everyone sees it all the time, no matter what they're watching.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
So that was so much fun. What a fun first gig.
This is a real leap forward, and I'm going to go back in a sec. But you play Adam Shapiro in that commercial. You play Mr. Shapiro on Never Have I Ever. Mm-hmm. You play Shapiro on The Bear.
Adam Shapiro on The Bear.
When you call her character, it comes up just as Shapiro. So I totally forgot that it's Adam Shapiro. Okay.
Yeah.
You've made a cottage industry of this.
Full on Adam.
Is it trademarked?
Well, I'm always worried about being typecast. Yeah. I'm just playing Adam Shapiro. What? This is insane.
But how amazing. How
I don't know why this keeps happening, but I love it.
Well, I was going to say,
it's hilarious.
Is there like when Mindy and Lang are having you come on to Never Have I Ever, like, had they named the character Mr. Shapiro?
Yeah, it was funny because I auditioned for Mr. Shapiro, right, for that show.
Oh, that character was already named that?
It was miscut, and then I got it.
Yep.
And then I couldn't do it because I was doing something else, and there was a conflict. And I was in Virginia shooting The Good Lord Burn with Ethan Hawke.
No big deal. Yep. I remember when you went on Israel. Yes.
And at Showtime, so I and then Mindy sent me a DM on Twitter.
I love it.
And was like, Shap, I wrote that role for you. That's why it's called Mr. Shapiro. You have to do it.
Oh, my God. And you're like, I'll be right there.
Well, in the back of my mind, I was like, you wrote it for me? Why did I have to audition?
Totally. But then how do you meet sweet Katie Lowe's?
Sweet Katie. So the Eagles played a big part of me coming out here, too, because my parents were like, you need to call Lee Sternthal and Brian Klugman.
Yeah, of course. Okay, famous Philadelphians. And we should say, hi, Yanni Shear.
Yeah.
Yanni's sister, Adina, is married to Lee's brother, Andrew Sternthal. Adina and Andrew
and
at that wedding.
And the Sternthals
what a wedding.
Grew up with the Shears.
Yes, they did.
The older the parents. So then when they all had kids, all the kids ran around together at the swim club.
Oh, Adina and Andrew knew each other from birth?
From their
I'm
parents.
Sure I knew that somewhere in the back of my head.
Like they came to our swim club when we were little kids.
Oh my God.
Swim club.
Which swim club?
Manorloo Swim Club in Dresher, PA. Solid
my
swim
God.
club.
The warmest of hugs. We can talk about the Willow Grove Mall any second.
Yep.
Yes, we are.
Yep.
Okay.
So
then,
so Andrew and Adina, they got married, whatever. And so Lee and Klugman, and then they my parents were like, you gotta call them.
Yes.
They invited me to the first Eagles game of the season, my first month living in LA, Hollywood Billiards in Hollywood.
Oh my God.
And everybody's there. It was R.D. Robb and Amy Israel and Bradley Cooper. And that was like the Eagles watching crew. Mike
Abington's
Jackson.
own Bradley Cooper.
Just a crazy Philly crew.
Amazing.
That became my...
And this is early aughts, right? You graduated from college. Right. Okay.
I came out for one summer in 2001 before my senior year of Maryland. I was going to PA on a movie that was being produced by Bill Pullman, who's married to my mother's cousin, Tamara.
Yes.
And Tamara Hurwitz Pullman. And Tamara and Bill had been living in LA ever since they moved out here for around the time of Spaceballs and Ruthless People.
And when my husband Matt made a movie with Lewis Pullman this summer.
Little baby
the greatest
Lewis.
Little baby who is the greatest human.
He's
and
the coolest person I've ever seen in my life.
I mean, he truly is. He's a magic person.
I've known him since he was a baby.
Truly.
And watched him just, and now I'm a giant movie star.
Giant movie star. Starring in this movie Matt made, his girlfriend, who is the other nicest person I've ever met, Kaya Gerber, who was up in Portland all summer with him. So I go up to visit Matt, and I am so excited to finally meet this guy I've heard so much about. And we were talking, I was like, well, because all roads lead back to Adam Shapiro. And he was laughing.
Like, of course.
All roads really do lead back to either you or Katie. And we will get to your amazing pretzel company in a moment. Shappy Pretzel Company.
Shappy Pretzel.
Born out of the pandemic, Philly-born LA bred. I mean, the greatest marketing of all time.
It's my favorite thing in the world.
There's no words.
Ever.
So I know we're jumping around here, but so Louis Pullman, Bill Pullman. So you had that.
I had one, I had like, there was like a piece of my mind that was like, I mean, Bill moved out to Hollywood and like made it work. And and they had kids and bought a house and all that stuff. So, like at least for my parents, there was just like one person out here that I could call.
Well, it's
just
such a
in case.
Foreign concept, right? We are from the suburbs of Philadelphia. We don't know famous people.
It's not part of our
world. It's very
insular.
And in a way of like, especially growing up in the 80s and 90s, like we didn't have cell phones or email. Like we just knew we might go down to South Street in high school.
Yeah.
Maybe.
That was like going to Hollywood.
Exactly. Like that was as far out as we ventured. For sure.
So and Bill was producing a movie and it was called Screenland and I was going to PA on it. And I drive across the country in my Toyota Corolla.
Oh boy.
And I pull up. And Dave came with me just for the ride, right?
Yeah.
So I pull up to the Pullman's house. I meet the producers. I meet the directors in town from London, Surrey. I meet, and Bill's there and Ruth Feinberg and all these producers. And my first job, they meet me and they're like, all right, now go down to Coffee Bean on Sunset and pick us up coffees.
Yep.
So I go down there, my little Thomas guide. I find my way to the Coffee Bean. I order a bunch of coffees. I've never heard these names before. I don't know what a cafe latte. I don't know what.
An Americano, you said?
I don't know anything about coffee.
No, of course.
You learn quickly in Hollywood, all the coffee orders.
Extremely.
And so I get all the coffees. I get back up Beechwood. I drive back up to the office. And in the time I was gone, the entire movie has fallen apart.
This is the greatest cautionary tale of all
Gold
time.
Circle had pulled the financing. David Arquette had pulled out of the film as the star. All these things happened. The movie collapsed.
Literally. And you're like coming in with lattes.
I'm like, hey, I got everybody's copies. And they're like, yeah, return them. We can't afford them. So Bill's like, he's like, I don't want to produce anymore. I'm out of here. He's like, I'm going to Montana.
Yeah.
And so he takes the kids up to Montana and he's like, you just stay here and house sit and I'll get a job for you. Figure out something out for your summer. Don't worry about it. But we'd love to have you house sit at least and watch the pets. I was like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
This is Hollywood. You got to be flexible. So like a few days later, I get a call and Bill's publicist was doing a little bit of producing, and she was producing a new MTV show in its first season called The Andy Dick Show, and I was to be Andy Dick's assistant on the show. And I was so excited. And that excitement never waned. The whole summer, I had the greatest summer ever, although I can't believe the bullets I dodged that summer.
Yes.
Eric Lederman, who's Jill Lederman's brother.
The world is too small.
And
Go on.
Eric, he works with Colbert.
Yep.
Eric's like was... I would come into the office and he was the guy who's always just like, Shappy, how about we just calm it down a little bit? You're like the unpaid intern and you're like bouncing in here, And, but he was like, if you are enjoying being Andy's assistant for an entire summer on this show, I think you should move out here.
Yeah. Like you've
got what it takes. You're good to go. If you think
you're coming in here with a good attitude and like raring to go every day.
And I don't take any shit from Andy.
Exactly.
I'm
nope. But
one time Andy yelled at me in front of the whole crew because he asked for seedless watermelons from Whole Foods. But I didn't know what seedless watermelon meant. I thought he meant like a whole watermelon. So I go to Ralph's and get like a few watermelons that have seeds in them. I don't know. And I show up and he like cuts into the watermelon and he reams me out in front of the crew.
What do you do?
I went to Whole Foods and I got 50 seedless watermelons and piled them onto his desk like a pyramid.
Oh my God. Exactly.
So when he showed back up at his desk, it was a giant thing of pyramid. And then he was like, I'm sorry. And I was like, yeah, dude, you yelled at me in front of everybody. At that moment, a dude comes crashing through the drywall in his office with a stapler on his nuts. And that was the first time I realized the production next to us that was sharing this little was the first season of Jackass.
I'm trying to put it together so quickly.
We were at Renmar Studios, which is now called Red Studios on Karanga.
Yep.
And we were in those little bungalows, and MTV had sort of split up these bungalows, and it was the first season of Andy Dick, it was the first season of Jackass. Guy comes crashing through the drywall
with a stapler on his nuts. And
he's
you're
like, "Ah," and everyone's like, "Oh," and they're all like pointing at him and yelling at
and
him.
here's 50 watermelons.
There's
and
all these
Andy
watermelons,
Dick.
and Andy's apologizing to me, and I was like, "What is happening?"
But I want more of it. I'll be back. Hollywood.
Hollywood,
I
baby,
love it.
let's go.
Let's go.
So I was Andy's sisters had a great summer, and I made some great connects.
Yeah. Your career has been incredible because it's been so varied. Like, you cannot put you in a box, and that's really all Hollywood wants to do.
Yeah.
You've been in David Fincher films, Danny Boyle, Aaron Sorkin, the Steve Jobs movie. Like, you are in fancy, fancy shit.
Yeah, I love being in fancy shit.
I mean, well, you're quite good at it.
I'm such a fan. I'm such a Hollywood fan. So like when I get to be in these things with these big people, I mean, the Fincher Mank stories, it was like I have like pages of stories that I wrote about my experience behind the scene. At one point,
awesome.
Fincher asked me what I was writing during the scene.
Yeah.
He's like, "What are you writing?" And I was just like, "Everything you're saying."
I love
It's just
it.
like so brilliant and hilarious. Like,
Yes.
I just had to write everything down in the moment because I was like, I cannot ever forget that.
Well, to have the experience of being around someone, not just of his caliber and talent, but like the specificity of David fucking Fincher. I'm obsessed with him. And
People say, be careful, Fincher, you're going to do a lot of takes. You're going to get really tired. Get some sleep, you know? We did 200 takes of one scene. 200.
yeah, like that's not being hyperbolic. That
No,
is
I'm not
actual.
exaggerating at all.
No, I
'cause
know.
We did about 100 takes.
I love it.
And then we broke for lunch, and then we were told at lunch that none of those takes were usable because there was these two ceiling fans that were rotating not in
the
sync.
wrong. And that, no.
Scrapping it.
But by the way,
So then
like,
we did another day of
respect.
another 100 and something takes.
because that's going to be more artistic if they are going in sync rather than slightly off. That's going to
Fincher
be
don't
jarring.
mess around.
No, he's unbelievable. Was working on the Steve Jobs movie also. Like,
I mean, that was unbelievable. The
It
best
really
part
was.
about the Steve Jobs movie is my role. I'm in like 3 or 4 scenes for a couple lines in each scene. It's if you're shooting it traditionally like a regular movie,
Yeah.
maybe I'm in San Francisco for a couple days.
Yep.
Right. But Boyle had decided he was going to split the movie up into 3 movies. Like each movie is around like 45 minutes to an hour long, right?
Yep.
And each one shot differently. One shot on film, one shot digitally, one he shot on like the super, new
incredible.
4K, whatever the.
Whatever the new one was.
And so it felt like we were shooting 3 different films. And so we would go for this week-long rehearsals in San Francisco.
Holy shit.
And sit around the table and do table work, talk about the script. Sorkin would be there to give us, like his tidbits.
I mean,
Sorkin and Fassbender kind of got into a battle while we were there, which was crazy because Seth had just dropped The Interview.
Yeah.
The Interview pisses off North Korea. They hack into Sony. All the emails get released.
Yep.
Some of those emails have Sorkin
yes,
talking
they do.
about
Social
Fassbender.
network. Yep. Oh
sort
my
of
God.
derogatory, like being like, I don't know about Fassbender. Fassbender knows what Sorkin has said about him. There's chips on each other's shoulders. They finally get into the room. It's a little tense. Boyle is like the nicest dude ever. And he's sort of like calming it all down.
Yep.
And by the end, we sit down for the 3rd scene at our 3rd rehearsal process after we've already shot 2/3 of the movie.
Yeah.
We sit back down at the table and we have our fresh pages. Sorkin's there and we're about to do the table read. And Danny's like, I got everybody tea. And, he's making this really great atmosphere. And I'm sitting next to Winslet, who's like my girl on that. There she is.
Here's your
There
Mary
she
Easttown
is.
mug. Oh,
She nailed the accent.
I don't
Nailed it.
worship anyone more than I worship Kate Winslet.
I have so many great
Tippity top.
I have so many great Kate Winslet stories. But so I'm sitting next to Winslet. So Danny's like, all right, let's get started. We all like pull the scripts closer to us, and we've got our highlighters and our pencils, and we open the script, and Michael Fassbender pushes his script out to the middle of the table.
Ooh.
Pushes it away from him.
Ooh, does he?
Then he takes out of his pocket, he takes these Steve Jobs glasses and he like puts on the glasses. And I see his face sort of like do this thing that like the great actors can do.
like
They just match. They're sort of like, they're wizards. I don't know. Magicians. His face turns into Steve Jobs. He puts the glasses on. And you see Sorkin go,
Maybe you want your script, buddy.
Grab the
But
script.
he's like the flex.
Michael's like,
why would I need that?
I don't need the script. I'm completely off book and ready to go. And then for the next hour, I'm watching the greatest acting performance I've ever seen in my life. And I'm looking over at Winslet and her jaw's on. She's just like, oh my God, Michael is killing this. At one point,
This is so
we're
exciting.
firing. Everyone's doing their, oh my God, the scenes are insane. Then there's like a big pause and I'm like, oh shit, somebody's not paying attention on what page we're on.
It's you.
That's me. I like quickly look at my script, I'm flipping, and then Danny Boyle goes, I think now's a good time to like stop for tea. And I was like, no.
Were you just
I was so
enraptured?
enraptured by
Yes.
the performance. I wasn't turning my pages anymore. I was just like, this is the best shit I've ever seen in my. And I'm at a table with like the greatest group of actors.
Yeah, you really
Jeff
are.
Daniels is there.
Oh.
I mean, it was nuts. It was
Yeah,
nuts.
fair.
And Michael just killed it, knocked it out of the park. And I could really see like Sorkin. I mean, I'm putting this together, but I could see Sorkin just like be like, okay,
All right, we're good.
this guy's awesome.
Yeah. Well, by the way, similar almost. I'm
Oscar
going
nominations
to,
for all of them.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, I mean, that whole run was so incredible. And I was just like felling off to the side knowing you were in it. I'm just so thrilled. But I'm going to analogize that Fassbender Sorkin thing a little bit to you with the watermelons with Andy Dick. Like he pushes the script across and is like, you doubting me, buddy?
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here we go.
You fuck with me, you fuck with you.
Yeah.
As he says in Beautiful Girl.
Yeah. My two favorite things that came out of that Steve Jobs movie. One, Sarah and I became really good friends.
Yes, you did.
And whenever Sarah comes into town from Australia, she stays with us. She stayed with us while she auditioned for Succession.
Chivalry, no break deal. Oh my
Shiv.
God.
So I remember going to Noya House in Hollywood where I had a little desk
Yep.
and going and printing out Sarah's Succession side.
I mean,
Sarah's like, I'm not getting this. There's no way I'm getting this.
no.
These are
And
like
then
the
you'll
funniest
become
guys ever.
an iconic character
That-
for the ages.
Like one of the best shows ever.
Ever.
She's
When-
amazing. And then the Kate Winslet relationship. Kate, we go to the SAG Awards,
pass out.
right? And now this is where I learned that if you have a shared card on a movie
Mm-hmm.
at the top of the movie,
Mm-hmm.
you're not in the cast as far as a cast nomination for the SAG Awards.
Single card.
Single cards only.
Single card
I
only.
shared a card with Snooks,
Yeah, you did.
right?
Yep.
Now I wouldn't trade that in the world,
No,
right? For
never,
anything.
Never.
But I was like, fuck, I'm not nominated for the cast, you know?
God damn it.
But then Katie gets asked by SAG to be the social media correspondent for SAG at the SAG Awards.
Ooh.
She gets a +1, and guess who's at the table? Guess who's back in?
But that feels very Bashert to me, too.
Come on.
Meant to be.
I'm back.
I mean,
So I'm at the
exactly.
table, and Winslet's like, couple really hilarious things happened. I was doing a pilot for TBS, which is what was airing the SAG Awards.
Yes.
And Winslet at one point was like, hey, at the commercial, do you want to go get a drink with me? And I was like, oh, yeah, right?
Yeah.
So commercial happens, the two of us run back to the bar to get a drink. And as we're walking back to the bar, I see Kevin Riley. And he was the president of the network that was doing my pilot, which was called at the time Pussies.
Yeah.
Right? Written by Matt Fogel, Todd Strauss-Wilson.
What did they change that title to be?
They never did change the title because
Because it didn't go.
they didn't have to.
Got it.
But we just shot the pilot and it was really funny. And I walk up to Kevin and all the guys from TBS, all the comedy guys were there. And I was like, what's up, pussies? Right. And then I say to Winslet, Scotch, neat, no ice. Thank you. And I keep talking to them and they all watch me just like casually order a drink from Winslet and not acknowledge her at all. And Winslet, who's the funniest, coolest person in the world,
Yes.
completely understands what I'm doing. So that was amazing. At the end of that SAG Awards, Kate is like, should we get dinner? You, me, and Katie and Ned, her husband, Ned Rock and Roll.
Yes.
I'm like, yeah, okay, it's our town. We'll take you out to dinner, Kate. And she's like, well, why don't we just eat where I'm staying? Because it's like so much easier. I'm like, oh, because you're like super famous, whatever.
Yeah,
cool.
you're Kate Winslet.
I'm like, what hotel are you at? She's like, oh, no, I always stay with Leo when I'm in town. I'm like,
Stop it. Right.
so we're in the back
now.
of her car.
No
Wait.
sentence has ever made me happier.
I'm
Go
like,
on.
we're going to Leo's house right now. She's like, yeah, he'll order food and he had just won Best Actor for The Revenant just minutes ago, right?
I've passed out. I will start hosting this podcast
So
again
I'm
in
like,
a moment.
Kate, I didn't know we were going to Leonardo DiCaprio's house. Can we stop at the liquor store on Sunset
And like bring something.
and like grab something?
Because you were raised right, Sheila and Irish Shapiro. Thank you so much.
She's like, of course. So two of us jump out of her car. She's barefoot in like the most beautiful gown ever, dripping in all this like diamond from the award show, right? I'm in my tux. We walk in, get a nice bottle of scotch, and also I'm starving because we didn't eat anything. So I get a bag of cheddar goldfish.
Yep.
Buy the scotch, buy the goldfish. We get back in the car. We're getting in. I'm like the last person out of the car when we pull up to Leo's. He's standing on the front stoop being like, you guys are here, right? We walk in, she gets out, Ned gets out, Katie gets out, and I hand Kate the bottle of scotch. She gives the bottle of scotch to Leo. I get out. I'm the last one there, and I just have this bag of goldfish. And I don't want to be like, oh, the scotch was from me.
Yeah.
The one that Kate. So I just gave him the goldfish, and I just said, they're cheddar.
I'm never going to
And he was like, thank you. Thank
he was
you.
so classy about it.
Thanks, man. So we walk in, we have champagne, blah, blah, blah. We have the best night ever. The first thing I do when I get back to my house at like 3 a.m. is I text all my boys, yo, you're not going to believe the night I had. Winslet brought me over to DiCaprio's house. It was the coolest house I've ever seen in my life. And then one of my boys, Kevin Sims from Philly, he texts me back and is like, looks like Leo's selling the house, right? And he sends a link and I click on the link and it's not the house we were at. It's just another house that Leo is selling.
Okay.
And then I like click around, I'm looking at pictures. Katie's already on a flight to New York.
Yep.
She's already left.
Yep.
This is the next day. I'm like looking at these pictures. I'm like, whoa, this is like the perfect house we're looking for. We were looking for a house in that neighborhood, whatever. So I call my real estate guy. I'm like, can I go see this house? He's like, not on the market yet, but it was just that article that came out in like The Dirt, you know, that like Hollywood real estate. I go to the house. I get to see it. I FaceTime Katie. She's like, that's amazing. Put an offer in. I think that's our house, right?
Is this the house you're currently living in?
Yeah.
Stop it. That amazing house?
So then at the end of the day, there's 2 offers in. There's an offer from like a guy who's going to tear it down and build a new house. And there's an offer from me and Katie who are going to live in that house. And so I like send a message to Winslet and I'm like, can you just tell Leo, I know he has nothing to do with this sale. I'm sure it's his people.
Sure.
But just let them know. Leo's a big environmentalist. I'm like, let them know there's going to be 0 carbon footprint of us moving in there. We're not tearing the house down. We're not building a new monstrosity. We're just going to live in that house as is. And our offer is the same as the developer.
Yeah.
It's probably not all cash like the developer, but it's a good offer.
Sure.
We got good credit.
Yeah, exactly.
Because the scandal at the time.
Exactly.
Right?
My wife is on TV every goddamn week.
We got good credit.
It's the biggest show.
You could call Shonda.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
So Kate calls Leo. We get the house. That's our house. That's where we live.
Again.
Never talk to Kate or Leo ever again. I mean, I've just always felt like whenever I'm on a project, you meet so many cool people in this town.
You really do.
And also because I've been like such like I like to say journeyman actor, and journeyman you could think of as like low paid or low on the call sheet, but like I do so many. When you're Katie, Katie gets these big jobs that last years. Hunting wives, inventing and a scandal, right? So like Katie will do 3 jobs in the same amount of time that I do like 40 jobs. 40 small jobs. And every one of those 40 jobs, you meet 100 new people and another new cast.
No, it's incredible.
And so like, I just meet so many people because and now I cater. If I'm not acting on a show, I'm catering on a show.
Okay.
Every day I'm at a show.
A perfect segue. You really are like, talk about set life.
It's crazy.
Okay. So let's back up for one sec to give the context for this amazing, amazing company that truly, like, this episode is sponsored by Wawa and Chef Pretzel. Okay. It is the pandemic. It is the darkest of times.
It's dark times.
Katie at times co-hosts live with
Kelly and Ryan.
Kelly and Ryan at the time.
And Mark.
She is co-hosting. This is early August, if memory serves.
Yeah,
early August 2020.
Yeah, sort of lockdown time.
Again, real lockdown.
And they were doing their episodes at the time via Zoom.
Yes.
Where Seacrest was at his house, Katie was at our house.
Yes.
It's 6 a.m. Albie's sleeping, our son. She's pregnant.
I was going to say, Vera's not even born yet.
Vera's not born yet. Katie's pregnant. I'm setting up the camera, the monitor. I've got Gelman on my iPad letting me know what to tell Katie to sort of send it to commercial. I mean, it was such a trippy, weird time.
I'm sure.
I mean, everyone's like stuck in their houses. Nothing's open.
Like, what is life?
And we're doing a national broadcast from our house at 6 a.m, trying not to wake up Albie. I mean, it was wild.
No, totally.
And one day, Seacrest just randomly during the host chatter says to Katie, like, what have you guys been like doing during the lockdown?
And she starts talking about Adam has been trying sort of in, again, like a taste of home way, a little bit of a therapeutic, like comfort food way.
Very much therapeutic.
Yeah, exactly. So she mentions that you've been trying to perfect this soft pretzel recipe.
Yeah, and I just jump on TV as one does when it's filming in your dining room. And I'm like, yo, Ryan, I'm bringing you some pretzels tomorrow.
Yes.
And I sent some pretzels with his assistant to his house in Santa Monica.
Yes.
And he eats them on the air, and he's like, everybody needs to buy Shappy's pretzels. And I went to, I think Staples was open, or one of those office supply stores was open at the time. And they like let a few people into the store at a time with their masks, all that stuff. And I went there and I bought a bunch of stickers that I could print on. Yeah. And while I'm in line, I designed the Shappy Pretzel logo to print on a sticker to put on his bag so that it just doesn't look like that sketchy.
Is it still?
It's that logo.
That logo.
Yeah. I've refined it a little bit, but it's that logo. That logo is the logo.
Because also, and this is the artistic, this is what I'm sort of so obsessed with in terms of the pretzel and the branding and everything. Like, you're such a marketing genius, but also you just are so creative through and through. So you are firing on all cylinders, and you're like, yeah, I don't want this to be like in a random fucking brown bag.
Yeah, I mean, I had, Katie and I, as well as 6 other actors, started I Am a Theater Company 19 years ago.
Yes.
And for I Am I was always the marketing person. Now, I was just the person of the 8 of us who knew how to use computers and social media. Yeah. Like, I Am stopped during lockdown.
Yep. Had to.
And then it was just like, where do I do with all I'm just still buzzing of like, and so I just put it all into the pretzel company, and it just sort of scratched a lot of itches for me creatively. I like being around people. I literally went onto the street and started selling soft pretzels on the corner. That's how badly I needed to be around people.
Which is how we grew up, and is such a Philly way to do it. And so you had to have this creative outlet, and that poured it into something that you also were so passionate about.
I love it.
Because it's not just, there's not a good soft pretzel place out here. Because we should say to anyone not from Philadelphia still listening to this, soft pretzels are one of the many delicacies of Philadelphia.
They're woven into the fabric of like Philadelphia culture.
When we were growing up, what elementary school did you go to?
Overlook.
Okay. So you went to Overlook. I went to McKinley.
Yeah.
Every Friday, 3 for $1
pretzel day,
or 1 for 35 cents. And that was in the cafeteria, whatever elementary school you went
bags.
to. And that's just like, life is soft pretzels.
You always are getting them. You're always, and you don't just buy one ever. No. You buy Philly pretzels in batches, and they're stuck together.
Yes.
And you rip them apart, and you can easily buy a dozen of them at a stoplight during the time in which you're at the red light.
That's a lot of the time. Yeah, especially if you're like going downtown for one of the games. Yeah. Like you're going to a Phillies game. I mean, you're going to get soft pretzels there anyway. But yes.
I wanted to provide that experience for people in LA. And I was like, people started like DMing me. And when Seacrest mentioned Shappy Pretzel on the show, I'm like, no, Seacrest, there's no Shappy Pretzel, there's no company. But I went online and just got shappypretzel.com because this is national television. I don't want somebody else to get it.
No, of course.
And I just made a 1-page website to say, yo, your mall's pretzel can go fuck itself. Yeah. Shappy Pretzels here.
Go Birds.
And go Birds.
Yes.
And then there was a little link to the Instagram, and the Instagram was really just my videos of making pretzels. There was no way to buy them.
Yeah.
And then people just started DMing me, and I was like, all right, you can Venmo me, and you come to my address and pick them up. And then all of a sudden, there's lines down the block. The news is there. There's articles being written.
Such a thing.
It was crazy.
Well, it was very rubber meets the road. The product is incredible.
Sure.
Like, it could have been just okay. And honestly, we probably all still would have rallied around and been like, this is so great. It's a taste of home. No, they're better than the shit we get at home.
They're better.
So you almost like backdoored into this business, but that you had an incredible product, marketing savvy, deep amounts of like wells of creativity and an enthusiasm. And, I feel like if you are from Philadelphia but don't live there any longer, like us, we're obsessed with it. Yeah, like everything I wear is Eagles.
Yeah, and then now all of a sudden there's a Philly pretzel, something you could not get out here.
No.
And now it's here, and so you can just go get it.
Shappy Pretzel is now a nationwide, can ship nationwide through Gold Belly.
Gold Belly. We do the Oscars.
Yes, I was going to say Kimmel. How many years ago was that?
God bless you, Jimmy Kimmel.
I mean, we could have this be a whole separate podcast.
We could just talk about Jimmy Kimmel for the whole.
It's true. We love you so much.
The best dude ever. And then Kimmel ordered a bunch of pretzels for the Chiefs-Eagles Super Bowl a bunch of years ago.
The first one. Got it. Yep.
And he was my last delivery. And it was like the game had already started. I was running really late. I was freaking out. We have 100 people at our house.
Yep.
I'm like, I got to get home. I just got to get this last batch has to go to Jimmy. Jimmy's doing Kansas City barbecue.
Yes.
And
I
he's
remember
doing
that.
Philly pretzels. And he has this really cool, he has a great picture where he's holding all the pretzels and all the barbecue. And as I'm leaving, Jimmy and his wife were like, oh, we're hosting the Oscars this year. We should do Shappy Pretzel for the Oscars. I'm like, yeah. I just figured they meant like some VIP packages in the back.
Oh my God.
And then they set me up with a meeting with the Academy, and I go in and they're like, so it's going to be 5,000 pretzels we need delivered at 9 a.m. Put under every seat in the house.
Every single seat. Look
And I'm
under your seat, guys.
Oh my God, 5,000 pretzels. I'm like, we could do
Of
that.
course we can do
I've
that.
never done 5,000 pretzels in one batch, but okay.
Yeah. And you need them fresh and like.
And they got to be there. It was
this is an all-nighter situation.
Gargantuan task.
Yes.
Just stamping the bags.
Oh, that alone.
Because it's 5,000 stamps on the front, 5,000 QR codes on the back, and the QR code just takes everyone to my acting demo reel. Not even Shappy Pretzel. Just straight to like me on like.
But this is
the
why
affair.
it's so exactly. It's so organic to you.
It was so much fun.
That is not like that could come off as very sweaty if it wasn't so perfectly
It's
done.
baked into the pretzel.
Yes, literally. So the company though has just continued to
We just keep doing
blow up,
Yeah.
right? You've expanded on the products. So there's the hero product, which is just the straight ahead soft pretzel.
Yeah, then we got the cinnamon shugs, we got the little Albies.
The little Albies, the Oreo, what
The
do you call the one?
Oreo.
Oreo.
Yeah,
Yo,
that's-
Adrian. So it's really become like a delicacy in Los Angeles too.
It's cool. People yell, oh, dude, Shappy Pretzel. I mean,
Yeah.
when I showed up at the Bear,
Yes.
this was like my first or second episode, and Chris Storer, who I just
The greatest.
love.
Beyond.
The guy is so cool.
Oh.
He like wears his suit, his tie.
The
He's
best.
so cool with his glass. He's so handsome. He's like directing. He's so chill, but he's like the most talented dude ever, and so humble and
And that
grateful, and
Oh.
gracious to everybody. The guy's the best.
Yes.
And I go up to him after my first scene. And I'm like, dude, thank you so much for bringing me on the show. I mean, I audition for everything. I don't just get phone calls out of
Yeah.
the blue, let alone come on my favorite show.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And he was like, oh, dude, we're just so like obsessed with the pretzel thing. We had to get you in here. And I was like, the pretzels?
Wait, I don't think I
pretzels?
even knew that.
He's like, yeah, man, the pretzels. So then that's why when I showed up the next season for my next scene, my first line is Sydney, Adam Shapiro from Ever. And I'm like, oh, that's a place filler.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
because I didn't have a character name. Because my first episode, they just call me Chef.
Right, of
as
course.
people do on The Bear.
On episode 7 of season 2.
The Taylor Swift episode.
Correct. I was going to say.
It's so
There's a
good.
reason, but
You know
also
that
Richie, cousin, like the whole,
cousin
that
doing the
episode.
cousin
Get
thing.
out of here.
And the guest stars on there, Sarah Ramos, Renee.
Olivia Colman.
Angela
what
Lopez.
Are you talking
Like that little
about?
crew, that Ever crew
Oh
from the
my
show was,
God.
for those first few episodes, like that was my cast.
The experience of being on the Bear, and again, just the variety.
I see your Let It Rip sign, your Every Second Count sign.
I mean, I'm a little bit of a fan. No big deal.
That show's so cool.
It's incredible. It's incredible. And
I
just,
gave you my shirt.
I was
my
gonna say,
rap gift.
I was either going to wear my McGurk's Go Birds shirt today or the original Burf,
The Burf shirt.
which episode 1 of season 2, when Richie's like down in the basement of the beef and finds that old shirt that was just like a misprinted promo.
Yeah, the Burf.
And so the rap gift that season, and I remember standing in your driveway, I'd come by to visit and see Katie and the kids, and then you were walking me out
And I
and,
was
you
like,
were
"Oh."
telling me stories. You're like, wait, I have something for you.
I have something for you.
Sloviter, one sec. Oh, I wear it to sleep sometimes. I love
great
that
shirt.
shirt more than I can
I
possibly
actually
tell you.
really, I gave that shirt to you because you need that shirt. But that
I-
didn't necessarily mean I didn't also need that shirt. So I bought that shirt on Etsy.
You are so good to me.
I have that shirt now.
I
got it on Etsy.
told when I had lunch with John Bernthal last year, I almost wore that shirt there.
You had lunch with Bernthal?
How great is he?
I never met him.
Oh, right.
And he's like my hero. I think he's the coolest actor.
Yeah.
He's such a badass.
Yes.
Everyone I've ever met that's worked
Listen,
with him loves him.
Here's his only shortcoming. He's a Commanders fan. I'll leave it at that. Nobody's perfect.
Nobody's perfect.
Okay. I think
Pretzel,
hopefully we
Pretzel,
did
Pretzel.
Abington proud. Abington, we love you forever. Going back, by the way, for my 30th high school reunion at
30?
Thanksgiving. 30, dude. Because I graduated in 95. What year did you graduate? 98?
98.
Right. Okay. So you're Michael's here, Sullivan.
Yeah,
And
Sullivan.
Mike Sullivan.
That was the coolest dude in my high school.
I mean, coolest dude ever.
And he liked me.
Amy's little brother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he would talk to me in high school. Not just talk to me, like we were like homies.
Yeah.
And sometimes he would like tip me off as to where the party was. No, Mike was like, cool.
Mike is the coolest. Long way of saying the Sullivan family, we owe a lot to you. We love you so much. And so Mike was your year. Amy, my best friend, is my year. Hopefully we did you proud.
Abington.
Abington
the
forever.
ghosts.
That's right. Galloping Ghosts. I went back a couple of years ago. I mean, obviously to go to high school now there's more security, sadly.
Right.
So I had to wait
Used to
till
be.
the tennis team was coming out on that same trip as I'm driving up and down all the streets and like taking the back way into the high school. And I went in and I was like, oh shit, I'm not gonna be able to get in. And so I went to 3 different doors. Finally, the tennis team was coming out, which is perfect because I was on the tennis team.
Yeah, you're like,
I'm like, oh yeah, let me hold the door for you. Make my way in. It looks there's been such massive renovations. It looks both so different and also like has such a similar feel. And I remember I texted Amy and I was like, I'm walking through the halls with my tears in my eyes and Matt Rhoda in my heart. And like, it is really just, there's nothing like going home.
Katie and I met in LA.
Yes, of course.
Because when I at University of Maryland, I was
Sweet,
there with
sweet
an
Katie.
actress named Lindsay Kraft.
Yes.
Brilliant actress.
Yes.
Hilarious girl. She goes to New York after we graduate. I come to LA.
Yeah.
I get a text message from Lindsay Kraft saying, I always audition against this girl in New York named Katie Lowe's, and you're going to marry her. I see it. I see that you're going to
that's
marry her. I've
wild.
seen it.
Oh my God.
And Lindsay has these like powers.
Yeah. But also you and Katie are such an incredible
Oh, yeah. I would like to think if anybody
couple.
knew Katie and me, they'd be like, yeah, you guys would be amazing
You guys should be
together.
together. She is the greatest
We
human
met.
being.
It took a little while.
Did
you
it?
know?
Did it?
Yeah. She was like dating somebody. I mean, we were both dating people.
You were like, you done with this guy?
Yeah, I mean, I say it's love
we
at
get on
first
with it?
sight, and she was just like, oh, no, it wasn't. And then, and then like we finally like went on a date and was like on, and it took us a while to like really admit like, oh my, because that's scary when you meet your person.
Oh my God.
And you're like,
I was never, ever, ever more of a wreck of a human being than like the week leading up to Matt Smith telling me he loved me and me being so head over heels for him, but not knowing it because we hadn't said it.
sure.
And I was like, I've never felt more vulnerable in my life. My life is over if this guy's not also all in. And then I became a human being again.
Yeah,
But like, yeah,
and we were
it's
like
so
young and like
vulnerable.
totally like
Really
freaking
young.
out. But then we got married, and then
I mean, and then you played when they did the flashback where
Her
we're
boyfriend.
actually learning about Quinn's life.
yeah,
You played
I'm
her boyfriend
in the
Jesse,
past, and I got killed. I got blown up by Susie
scandal
Porfar.
obsessed. When little Noah Smith had to have that helmet on that like when your
Yeah, the
baby's
helmet.
head. And I remember sending you and Katie the photo because I was so obsessed with Scandal that he had to wear this helmet. And I got him a sticker on the back that said, I wear the white hat.
Sure,
Because-
just genius.
there you go.
A genius thing to put on one of those helmets.
Beyond. If your kid has to be in a helmet 23 hours a day for like 6 weeks to
Yeah.
reshape his head, let's
Scandal
be funny
changed
about
our
it.
lives. I remember getting a text message from Linda Lowy while I was shooting an IHOP commercial in Burbank.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm eating these pancakes. I'm doing my commercial thing. And I get a text from Linda Lowy saying, call your wife. And then I swipe up and I've got like 20 missed calls from Katie.
Oh my God.
And then I call her and she's like, I got Scandal. And,
So exciting.
and I was like, okay, all right, it's just a pilot. She's like, no.
No,
This is going to be crazy. And then it
just watch.
cut-
and then it took over culture.
cut to
Yes.
us like in the freaking Oval Office.
I mean,
on the reg.
No words.
I mean, that was a crazy experience. We had a baby. We bought a house. Like, Scandal was just giant.
It's amazing.
It was
It's amazing.
giant.
And now she's on this other humongous show on Netflix.
Hunting Wives.
Hunting Wives. And it's just, again, like taken over culture. I'm so happy for her. Nobody deserves it more than you, than her, than just like the Shapiro Lows. Because again, like there's a lot to like feel very cynical about in this business, in this world, and all the things. And like, sometimes, though, the right people find each other and create great stuff,
I think so.
including your 2 gorgeous children.
I think so.
This brings us to Last Looks, the segment that ends every pod. A lot of this is love of pop culture stuff.
I love
And
it.
I mean, as you walked in and you were getting
It's the best pop culture. We're surrounded by the coolest stuff ever.
and just the stuff that I love and you love is the stuff that like brings us joy amidst, some kind of a little bit of dark times that we're dealing with.
Last looks.
I'm going to start with movies. What is your favorite movie of all time?
My Cousin Vinny.
Yes.
I just think My Cousin Vinny is the funniest movie. It's so well done.
It is.
The acting's incredible. The cast is insane.
It's a great answer. No one has said that so far. I love, because
great
also
movie.
this is a bit of, I want it to be a bit of a remembrance and a bit of a like, you know what? I haven't seen that in forever. We still haven't showed our kids that movie. I'm going to definitely
My
do
Cousin
that.
Vinny's a great one.
Yeah, that holds up. I'll still
Evergreen.
say, what is a Ute?
Yeah,
Like, it's
evergreen. There's
very
so many
quotable.
lines in that movie that are just will be funny forever. It like
Totally.
holds up.
It's so true.
It
so
holds up.
true. Okay, next question. Music. You are stranded on a deserted island.
Mm-hmm.
You have 2 albums with you to maintain your sanity until you are rescued. What are those albums?
That's a really tough one.
It is.
I would probably have to take something from Broadway because,
we are who we are.
yeah, and like Broadway albums hit different than regular band albums for me because you get to go through the.
Well, and you have starred on Broadway. Matt and I came to see you and Katie when you were
in
starring in
Waitress.
Waitress, and Sarah Snook was there. And
Sarah was
the
there that
dressing
day?
room. Yes,
That's hilarious.
I know. So fun.
Yeah, it would probably be. What Broadway album do you think I would take? Maybe it would be like Hamilton or like Les Mis or something where I like
It's so,
I'm like,
yeah, the
epic
populist,
and long and
but
like and be like, okay.
great call.
And then I think it might have to be like that 2 double Billy Joel greatest hits album. I mean, this is so hard for
I'll
me.
fall apart in front of you. I mean, there's certain Billy Joel. Are we
Did you
going to
watch
talk
that
about
documentary?
Not
it-
yet.
it-
I know.
The
I know.
Billy Joel documentary is so
I need
amazing.
to be emotionally prepared for it. I'll go Turnstiles for you, but I'll also go Forward to Stormfront
Sure.
and everything in between. Glass Houses is probably
Glass
my
Houses.
favorite.
But yeah,
I
I would
like
cheat and
weird
do a
ones.
greatest hits. I would do a greatest
well,
hits.
exactly, which is the move. I still can't hear Lullaby. I'll just go right by it.
Katie does
Since
that too.
I've had
Nope,
children,
nope,
can't hear it.
listen to it. Katie
Nope.
can't hear it.
Correct. The
That-
opening
we get
bars.
into a lot of arguments about that. Katie can't listen to sad music anymore, and I only listen to sad music. That's like how I regulate myself.
Right,
I-
totally.
Like after this, I'm gonna get in the
Human
car.
exclamation point. Now we need Elliott Smith.
Yeah, I'm gonna like Elliott Smith it on the way home.
Exactly.
100%.
Okay, so those are 2 great choices. Billy
Yeah.
Joel. I think if you grow up on the East Coast when we grew up, Billy Joel just defines
there's just
you
something that
in a
it's-
way.
those are-
And going to camp.
Yeah,
That was
like
the
to
whole
have
thing.
Broadway and Billy Joel. I mean, that'd be really
Scenes from an Italian
comforting.
restaurant. Like, yeah. I mean, we could
God,
do
I mean,
an
there's just so many
entire-
albums.
Yeah, there really are. He's perfect. Okay, books. What is either your favorite book of all time or a book you've read lately?
I just went to Philly and I did a tour of like 20 soft pretzel bakeries. I talk to a lot of these people about soft pretzels all the time, and I've become like really good friends with a bunch of bakers around the country. It's a really fun
I
bond.
love it.
And I wanted to visit a lot of them. And so I set up a week and a half where I went to like 20 different bakeries from like the Jersey Shore to Lancaster. Some of the people I've never met, they didn't know I was coming. I just went in, ordered pretzels and left, and I recorded everything, and I
Okay.
made like a little series out of it.
Uh-huh.
And sponsored by Garage Beer, Kelsey.
I love it.
And one of the bakeries I went to was in Lancaster, and
Okay.
it's the first ever people to make hard pretzels in America.
Okay.
Because the pretzels came over from Europe soft. A variation on bread,
Yeah.
something you could eat during Lent.
Yeah.
They were made by priests at the bottom of monasteries, and they made these pretzels, and
Oh my God.
they were called pretiolas, which in Italian was little gifts, and they would give them to the kids who like did their prayers. The altar boys, they would get these little pretzels. And when you see a Bavarian pretzel shape and it's got those 2 little nubs at the bottom,
Yeah.
those are actually supposed to be on the top. We're looking at the pretzels upside down traditionally.
Oh, wow.
The family that started that bakery, they wrote a book, and I have it in my bag.
It's called Twisted.
It's called Twisted Mindful Pretzel Consumption. And it's written by Jill Marie Thomas, who is the historian telling the story of Sturgis Bakery, which is the first pretzel bakery.
I
in
know that
America.
brand. Yeah.
Sturgis.
Out of Lancaster.
Yep.
You figured out This is like the perfect business because, again, it's a passion. The success that you're having with this company, in addition to your acting career, is just, again, so like sincere and authentic.
Yeah, it's just authentic.
Exactly. Which is, we're from Philly. That's who we are.
So we get
So
no
we specialize in. We
So yeah,
could
this is what
pretend if we tried.
I'm reading.
All right, perfect.
Twisted.
Last question. Either what is your favorite show of all time, My So-Called Life Lunchbox, or what show are you watching now that you're really loving and would recommend?
Honestly, what I just watched recently, this is just coming up right off the dome.
Blink.
For Katie's birthday, I got her a subscription on Apple TV to the National Theatre at Home. So the Royal National in London.
Amazing.
They do amazing plays and they record them.
Yeah.
And like that doesn't happen. So I mean, Hamilton did a great pro capture.
Sure.
Waitress did a great pro capture. You could get now on actually you could get it on the national app, but I think on Apple TV or Amazon or something like that. But it's just like most of our plays are not captured because of union things, whatever.
Yeah.
But in London, they've got it dialed at the national.
Amazing.
So everything that goes up at the national then gets recorded and put onto this app.
Oh wow.
And I just watched Andrew Scott's one-man show, Vanya, from London.
Where's my hot priest mug? Well, here's my hot
priest.
Star. Hold on. I'll just hold this up.
Everybody I've mentioned, you've then taken out a physical object.
This is what being pop culture obsessed is.
This is incredible.
Like, but also our taste in the line.
So yeah, he did a reimagined Uncle Vanya.
Yep.
One-man show.
Which is
where he plays all the parts, all the men, all the women, no costume changes, no cameras, no screens.
He just becomes
little teeny physical changes between each character, which become completely recognizable. Like this guy's holding a tennis ball and this person has a towel over their shoulder and this girl is hot and she's doing this and playing with her necklace. And
who's better? No one.
It was so mind-blowing.
Yeah. I bet. Oh, I got to find that.
And now I'm just going like play to play to play.
Yes,
it's like a treasure trove on there.
What an incredible opportunity for those of us who won't make it to London to see some of this live.
And even if we did London, can we spend like £900 to go see every play?
Exactly, maybe, but probably not. No, and
I mean, I'll spend my last £100 on a play. I'm an idiot.
Will. Yeah, exactly. You know how to live your life.
Yeah, because filming plays and then watching them on TV is not usually great.
Yeah,
and it doesn't pick up what the play was really putting down in the moment.
It doesn't mimic the experience, but
they've nailed it.
Yeah, that's so great.
Good.
Hopefully this will
production
be how
quality is
things move forward.
incredible. The sound's awesome. You really take it in. It's and they just did a recording of the London cast of Next to Normal, which is one of my favorite musicals.
Yeah.
And that's on there too.
Oh wow.
And that's phenomenal.
You're set. That's awesome. And happy birthday to Katie.
And happy birthday to Katie.
Love that.
Yeah, September 22nd.
That was a thoughtful gift.
It's a nice gift.
Yeah, it was.
$12 a month.
Sheila and Ara
not crazy.
raised you right.
Yeah.
I love you. I can't thank you enough for doing this.
I can't believe this podcast came in under 6 hours.
I said that.
Katie's like, are you picking up the kids today? I'm like, I'm not picking up the kids tomorrow.
I'm not sure I'll be able to.
This podcast is going to go until Wednesday.
At Sloviter.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's so true. I'm so proud of us. And thank you. And, I end every podcast and say after the credits, I'm like, and most importantly, go Birds.
Go Birds.
But I'll do it a little earlier.
Yeah, go Birds.
Go Birds.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. I have a good feeling.
Let's make this 2 Super Bowls in a row.
Let's do it. Oh, let's do it. You're the best.
I love you.
Thank you so much
You're
for
the
doing
greatest.
this. I always just stand up and give everyone a hug because I don't know how to end. General Meeting with Becky Sloviter is hosted and executive produced by me, Becky Sloviter. Our editor is Jay Rothman. Our audio engineer is Hector Fernandez. Our director of photography is Dylan Mortensen. Our tech producer is Griffin Davis. And our theme music is by Jay Rothman. If you're enjoying this podcast, I would be so appreciative if you would subscribe or follow the show on whatever platform you get your podcasts. All of our episodes are on video as well on our YouTube channel at General Meeting Pod. Please consider subscribing there as well. You can also find us on Instagram and TikTok at General Meeting Pod, and more information is on our website, generalmeetingpod.com. Thank you, and most importantly, go Birds.